Identifying your symptoms is not a diagnosis. Telling you what you're feeling, telling you you have pain, telling you you have inflammation is not getting to the bottom of anything. Welcome to SHAPEFIXER. I'm Andrew. I'm a nutritionist and it's Wednesday. And on Wednesdays we do a video in a series that I do every Wednesday, and I call it W.T.F Wednesday, which, as we all know, stands for What Are the Facts? Or whatever else you want it to mean. I am really getting annoyed at the way the medical establishment appears, for the most part, to work. I have clients coming to me one after another that have been suffering for usually quite a long time with some range of symptoms which represent various metabolic disorders. They've been to lots of doctors, they've been referred to lots of specialists, they have a diagnosis of diseases this long that they've been told they have, and a list of prescription medications which is even longer. And who gets 8 diseases suddenly all at the same time? Only if they are linked. So it's usually one thing. But a gastroenterologist will concentrate on your intestinal tract. A neurologist will look at your nervous system. A cardiologist will look at your heart. And you'll go to all these people and you'll be told you have myelitis, which is inflammation of the nervous sheath. The sheath around the nerves. You'll be told you have colitis, which is an inflamed colon. Maybe your gastroenterologist will tell you that. And you'll have all these different diagnoses and all these different medications. Now you have these medications that are coming from different doctors, so they're not necessarily cross-referencing each other. These medications have effects on each other, so nobody's really looking at that. And almost invariably, those medications are trying to treat the symptom, trying to calm it down and make you feel better, but not addressing the underlying cause. So what you need to ask your doctor always, whatever they say is wrong with you, you've got to ask them why. Why do I have pain? Why do I have stiffness? Why do I have inflammation? Why am I fatigued? Not have them diagnose chronic fatigue. That's not a diagnosis. You knew that. That's why you went. Okay, so this is a bit like going to a doctor with a really, really sore head, and they have a good look at you and they do all sorts of tests and they come back and they say, aha, we've diagnosed your problem. The reason your head hurts is because you have a headache. Sorry, what? What's that mean? Do I have a hangover? Am I dehydrated? Or do I have a brain tumor? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's a headache. Here's a painkiller. That'll cure it. No, it won't. It'll make the headache less severe for a few hours. Now, maybe you are a bit dehydrated and by the time the painkiller wears off, you've been drinking water and now you're fine. Maybe. What if it's a brain tumor? Why do I have a headache? Why do I have inflammation? Why is my immune system attacking my joints or my skin? Now I have psoriasis. Why? I can see I have psoriasis. Don't tell me I have psoriasis. Why do I have psoriasis? Rubbing cream on it for the rest of my life might make it slightly more bearable, but it's definitely not going to cure my psoriasis. The only way you're going to cure anything is if you understand why you have it in the first place. And why do we have anything? For example, inflammation. Why do we have inflammation? We get injured. Okay, you twist your ankle, it inflames. It's very localized. It's only around the ankle. We know why it's inflamed. Your ankle heals and the inflammation goes away. Or you have systemic inflammation in your body because you have an infection. A blood test will find the infection. There's a bacteria, you're ill, your body has an inflammatory response, your immune system is trying to fight the infection. Everybody understands that. Take an anti-inflammatory as part of the treatment until your body defeats the pathogen. If there's no infection and there's no injury and you've got inflammation in your body, then something else is going on. So what else goes into your body other than infections? Well, it's whatever you inhale or drink or eat. Have you just moved and living next to a coal station? No. It's probably not pollution because nothing's changed. It's probably what you eat. Maybe you don't smoke, you don't drink alcohol. Okay, it's your food. Clearly, something in your food that is possibly built up over a long time. So there are lots of bad food choices we can make that won't really affect our metabolism straight away, but they will after a long period of time. A bit like smoking causing lung cancer. You don't get lung cancer the day after your first cigarette. If you did, nobody would smoke. It takes a long time. It's like many years of carbohydrate abuse and too much sugar, and you end up with diabetes. So when things start to go wrong in your body, especially when you have more than one thing going wrong at around the same time, it's linked. It's one thing. It's your diet. So if your doctor can't tell you why you have a metabolic disease, then accepting the prescription for the medication is not really going to help you long term, because all it's going to do is manage the symptoms on an ongoing basis until you probably die earlier than you should have from this condition, whether that's diabetes or heart disease or whatever it is. If you have high blood pressure and your doctor diagnoses, high blood pressure, the question is why? Why do I have high blood pressure? By all means, take the blood pressure meds, because it's dangerous to have high blood pressure. Take the meds, lower your blood pressure, but get to the bottom of it. Why do you have high blood pressure? Maybe you're just really deficient in potassium in your diet. A lot of blood pressure meds are actually potassium supplements. That's what they actually are. So there's always something. Okay, that's my rant for this Wednesday. It's just please ask why. Why do I have inflammation? Why do I have pain? Why do I seem to have 4 diseases all of a sudden? And almost always it will come back to diet. And if you eat the correct, proper diet that a human is designed to eat, not the recommended Western diet, which is very high in grains and carbohydrates and low in animal food and demonizes saturated fat and worships fiber. There are a lot of things in the Western diet that are completely wrong. That's not the place of this video. I've done other videos on that. You can see links down below here. Or you can contact me and book an appointment and we can talk about it. I'm very happy. That's what I do. That's what I do for a job. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to give you all the answers, but I will give you the questions. And you can take those questions back to your doctor and go, what about this? What about this? What about this? Or you can start cutting out certain foods and see if you can't help yourself a little bit. And maybe you don't have to be on medication for the rest of your life. And you can get your health back and your vitality back and your youth back and live longer than you are going to live if you allow yourself to be treated rather than cured. Thank you for your time. Thank you for subscribing to our channel and sharing this video, and get in touch with me on the link below if you think maybe it would be worthwhile having an appointment to discuss this. Otherwise, just go through our playlist, our video lists, and just about everything you need to know is there about what is a healthy diet for a human being.